Good morning. So I am doing some morning journaling about anger. And we had a whole live about anger. We talked about it. But anger is never usually just anger. Anger is always something else. There's always something behind that anger: brokenheartedness, disappointment, loneliness, abandonment, um, distrust, insecurity. Like there's always something more to the anger that we're feeling. It's never just a flat experience, which is very harmful when people dismiss people by calling them angry and not really addressing what the real problem or the real issues are. So the real issue is not just anger. It's not like, oh, she's just an angry person. No, she's a broken-hearted person, or she is experiencing brokenheartedness. She's experiencing loneliness and abandonment. Um, and so with Black women, it's really harmful to just label them as angry because we never really get to the root of the problem that a lot of Black women are facing. A lot of Black women have anger but are told that their anger is wrong. And so they don't have the tools to really deal with it. They don't have the space to express it because people will flatten their experience and just call it anger and just like be like, oh, you're just an angry person, to be dismissive. And it makes us ashamed. It makes us become ashamed of our emotions and our truths. And so then we don't stand up for ourselves. We accept things as they are because a lot of pain that Black women experience is normalized. A lot of pain and heartache and trauma that Black women experience is normalized because it happens so often. We think it's normal, and it's not normal. And so we're having these reactions, we're having these responses, understandably so, to this harm, but we have nowhere to put it. We have nowhere to talk about it. We have nowhere um, to really express it and break it down without judgment or worry or fear of it being weaponized against us, without fear of someone mishandling us because of that trauma we initially experienced, whether that's like, breaking, trust, telling secrets. Like we all have that experience, like gossiping about each other with our most sacred and precious parts of ourselves, the most vulnerable parts of ourselves, we express to people and it's weaponized against us. And so I'm just thinking about how much trauma I have set on, how much anger I have in my own body, in my own mind, that I have not processed because of the shame of being angry. Like there's a lot of shame that Black women carry around being angry. We are human beings, and anger is a human emotion, but a lot of Black women are not granted the access or granted the privilege of being angry and expressing it for legitimate, like, enraging things. We're talking harm, neglect, abandonment, abuse, um, these kinds of things. And we don't really talk about it because we're shamed for talking about it. We're called bitter for talking about it. But if we don't talk about it, we don't heal. We don't get better. We get sick, and we pass that sickness on to other people. Yes, I'm just thinking. Black women's anger is justified. It makes sense. And it's healing and freeing once we admit that we're angry and we give each other space to be angry, to express our anger. And then when our feelings are validated, we can then do something about it. We can then feel empowered. By talking about these things, we feel empowered by expressing our anger and our truth and our pain, like our collective pain and our individual pain. That's how we get forward. But we can't get forward just pretending it doesn't exist because it's not politically correct to be angry. It's not accepted by the masses for Black women to be angry. And it's time that we stop looking towards society to accept us, because society has never seen Black women as human. And in order to get back our humanity, we got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, having uncomfortable conversations, and admitting things that, we've been afraid to admit because we don't want to seem ungrateful or bitter or whatever the heck. Holding in that anger is only harming us. It's benefiting other people because they don't have to deal with their stuff, but it's only harming us. And a lot of times it feels so heavy because you're dealing with a weight that you didn't do. You're dealing with somebody else's trauma, something that somebody else did to you.